Well, well, well. It appears that I don't even know, dude. A lisp right at the beginning. Oh, we're in for a ride. Adults snatching balls and hats from kids at baseball games. It's a growing trend. The selfishness is real. I mean, the Bible predicted this. It said that the love of the world will grow cold. And I think snatching a ball or a hat from a child at a game is cold, man. It's cold. What do you need with that? You're an adult. It's not like it's even worth money. The ball or the hat. I think the hat happened, at the tennis or whatever. You can't get away with it, man. You can't get away with it, so don't even try. There are cameras everywhere. They are watching you. They are waiting for you to have an affair on a kiss cam. They are waiting to see you steal from a child. And then it gets uploaded to the internet. And the social media sleuths, they will find you. They will hunt you down and they will expose you. And you will lose everything. Everything. The one that just happened was this woman. She's been called Philly's Karen or Karen Ball Snatcher, which I'm leaning towards Karen Ball Snatcher. That's better than Philly's Karen. But apparently she came over, like a kid caught a ball, and she came over and demanded the ball from the kid's dad. And then the kid took the ball and gave it to this insane woman. And they're hunting her down. As of late, the last reading of this article, just a little bit ago, they haven't been able to find her identity. But the sleuths are on the case, and they will find her. She will have everything taken from her. We will make sure that she loses her home, her family, her job, that she is in the streets. She is living in a gutter under a bridge for all of her days for what she has done to this small child. But yeah, you can't get away with anything, man. We see it. I mean, let's just go back and reminisce over the fact that the entire world bonded over the Kiss Cam people at the Coldplay concert. Just let that sink in. No one saw race, no one saw sexuality, no one saw gender, no one saw religion, no one saw politics. Everyone came together like a We Are the World Michael Jackson song and just shared memes and just bonded over the destruction of both of those people's families. It brings people together. I don't know if I've ever, my wife caught a ball a couple of College World Series ago. I once saw an old woman, an old lady, an old widow, I assume, because I think she was by herself. I don't remember anyone. She couldn't have been by herself. Maybe she was with her, kid or something. Anyways, College World Series. I'm in probably 5th or 6th grade, watching it with my dad. Pop fly, foul ball. It goes over my head. I try to catch it. I look back. It just hits this woman in the face, and I just watch her nose explode. Explode. So much blood. So much splatter. Pure chaos. They came, got her, put her on a stretcher, took her out. And I still have that ball. And it's still covered in blood. Because that's what gives it value. No, I don't have the ball. I don't know what happened to it. Wouldn't that be twisted, though, if I felt like the ball bounced down by my feet and I kept it? And my dad's like, let me clean that. I'm like, no. It stays how it is. Yeah, he would have cleaned it for sure. But I couldn't even imagine. Like, when I was growing up in my day, 80s and 90s, Dude, if an adult caught a ball, I saw this many of times at events. If an adult caught like a T-shirt or anything being thrown into the stands or a ball, and there was a kid next to him, even if it was not their kid, they would give it to the kid, because they're like, I'm an adult, so like I have things to do, I have bills to pay, I have responsibilities, I don't have time for this ball. Or if it's a shirt, I will go buy my own shirt. Here you go, small child. Now it's the opposite. The adults are like, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, give that to me. You will get nothing when you are older. We will sink this country into the ground. This is a foreshadowing of what's to come for you. And then they push the child down, rub his face in the spit and chew and gum of the stadium floor, and it is a tragedy. It is a tragedy, but that's how, the love of the world is growing cold. You know that you can't even play Ding Dong Ditch anymore? That's right. Ding Dong Ditch, also known as Knockdown Ginger. Don't know why. Knock and Run, Nicky Nicky Nine Doors. I don't know where that one comes from. Apparently people have been playing Ding Dong Ditch for hundreds of years. Since the invention of neighborhoods in the suburbs, when people started just, I don't know, it's been going on a long time apparently. And then there's also some racist names this article told me about. But you can't play Ding Dong Ditch without being murdered, because recently an 18-year-old was shot in the back. But here's the deal. I don't think that they were playing Ding Dong Ditch. That's what the two alive kids are saying, who was also, with the kid who was shot in the back and killed. They said they were doing that, but here's the deal. Apparently the kid who shot him because he was scared, his dad said that he shouldn't be charged with murder, that they were in the backyard wearing masks. So I guess we don't have enough evidence, but that is wild. Yeah, see, if they were younger, yes, I just don't think 18-year-olds are doing the ding-dong ditching. But I would be careful, man. Because this isn't apparently the only time this has happened. I didn't know that this was a thing. You know that some dude in California, these three teenagers, rang his doorbell, ding-dong ditched him, knocked down gingered him, Nicky Nine Doorsed him, and he lost his mind, dude. Lost his mind. The teens drove away. This dude gets into his car, all right, chases them down in a high-speed car chase, rams the back of their car, okay, and they go flying into a tree. Boom! Crash, all dead, murdered all three of them. This dude, he chased them down like he was Jason Statham, okay? He chased them down like, I don't like, I mean, that is wild, man. Ramming the back of their car. Yeah, he's in prison for life. For life. People are like, what are you in for? He's like, I murdered three kids who rang my doorbell and ran away. They thought they could get away, but now they're dead. That is crazy, dude. And of course, I mean, you got to be careful out there. You got to be careful. People just, you don't know who you're dealing with. Even in the late 90s, early 2000s, I knew this. I never did road rage. Don't even have it. Not worth it, man. You don't know who that other person is in the car. All right. I knew someone personally that was older than me when I was a kid. Okay. And he was a maniac. And if someone made him mad on the road or flipped him off, he would do that. He would chase them down, make them pull over, and beat them. punched him until their eye came out of their sockets, hit him with a pipe. Yeah, he went to jail. But ever since that, I was like, dude, I don't care what anyone does. I'm not going to like swerve in and out. I'm not riding bumpers. I'm not giving fingers. I'm not doing any of that. I don't know what kind of psycho is in the other car. And I sure as hell am canceling my plans to ding dong ditch tonight after reading these stories. Now, the article said that, that this is no longer a low-risk childhood game. And it's because of the high level of gun ownership in America, of course. Take the guns so the kids can play ding-dong ditch again. I don't blame it on the guns. I just blame it on the world becoming more cold. Becoming more evil. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, why would that send someone into a rage? Like, what happened to that person? That when someone rang their doorbell and they realized that it wasn't someone who wanted to see them, but a prank, you're like, I'm gonna take those lives. We're doing some Fast and the Furious right now. Fast and the Furious just makes me think of The Rock again, dude. I cannot believe how tiny he is and how his head is the exact shape of a very shiny kidney bean. Instead of a Mr. Potato Head, he is a Mr. Kidney Bean. Like, the way that he looks now, like, no way that dude is... Like, if that's how he always looked, that dude's not breaking into the film industry. He's not making movies. And now his teeth are so white. Like, you got to be careful with the white, just the blinding white veneers. It reminds me of like Ross on Friends when he got his teeth whitened and he just tanned his entire body. So funny. So incredibly funny. But when people smile, you're like, God, like, throw a little dirt and grime on there. All right? Take a little butter, rub them into the enamel. I guess I don't even know if there's enamel on veneers. Do something. Just make them look a little bit more natural. But I mean, dude, The Rock went looking like he could take on just about anyone. Anyone. Lift anything, lift a car off of an old lady. Just about anything, to looking like a just decrepit old man who's going to the park to play chess. Which is just wild to me. On another note, a South African pastor has claimed that Jesus will return on September 23rd, saying the rapture is upon us. The rapture is upon us. This guy from South Africa. Okay, the rapture is not going to be September 23rd. The doctrine of the rapture has caused nothing but harm and false hope, in my opinion. And I'm not even convinced that the Bible even says that there is a rapture. You got to play a lot of shenanigans in order to say that there's a secret rapture that's going to happen before Jesus comes back. You got to frame it in a really weird way. You got to grab all these verses. You got to put them together. You got to do a lot of magic tricks, in my opinion, as opposed to, I think it's just pretty plain and pretty blunt that there's a beginning and the end, and that when Jesus returns, then he lifts up the church. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to get into it now, but I will get into it later. I will. I'm going to share on this show and on my platform what I think the Bible really says about the end times and how I don't believe that it says that there is a rapture. The rapture didn't even come into play till like the early 1800s with this guy Darby. This is also, a Azusa Street revival in California where people said that tongues and apostles and stuff were reinstated. It's a whole thing. I will be getting into it because I've studied this stuff for a very, very long time. Find it very, very fascinating. I love the Bible very much, and I think that people like this idiot in South Africa twist the word. Twist God's word for whatever, their own advantage to make them seem special. Like this guy's in the throne room, with God, and God's like, September 23rd's the day. Now, give me a break, dude. All right? You're a charlatan. You're a fraud. You're a blasphemer. That's one of the things. The commandment, thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain, really has to do with people equating things to God that God did not say and saying that God said them and putting his stamp of approval on it. Like this moron who, when September 23rd comes and goes, he needs to be defrocked. He needs to be shamed continuously. Pure shame. He needs to be removed from ministry, never being allowed to preach again. And I would say his name, but I don't know how to pronounce it yet. I looked at it. It was just a bunch of consonants, no vowels. Don't know how to say it. So I will just say he is the South African charlatan, the South African heretic, the South African, deranged individual. If this guy's still taking money and collecting tithes right now, then he is full of shit. I feel pretty confident saying the shit, because a lot of church fathers did. Martin Luther did. Dung was used in the Bible, the stronger word for it. And you want to know what? It really is shit. A lot of people in the comments are going on and on saying, oh yes, my daughter had a dream too, this and that. You don't even focus on the now. Like it's almost like a sales tactic, in my opinion, the rapture. Like, become a Christian. And then when things get really bad and there's 7 years of tribulation, you'll be secretly removed and you won't have to face any of that. You won't even have to die. Then why did all the apostles die horrible deaths? Why did Jesus die a horrible death? Oh, I can't even get into it right now. It's too much. It's coming, though. It's coming. I've been writing notes for a very long time. Got tons of notes. Notes everywhere. Google Docs, pages, notebooks. I study. And I study hard. So we got to shame this dude. September 23rd will come. I will never forget, just like 9/11, which is actually coming up. 9/11 is actually going to be here in 2 days. In 2 days. I wonder if it seems to me that people are starting to forget just a little. Not really seeing all the posts and all the hoopla about it like we used to back in the day. But aside from all the happenings going on in the world, I'm excited to say that today is my wife and I's 25th anniversary of when I asked her to be my girlfriend. Thank you. Thank you. I'm imagining tons of applause, tons of cheering, tons of it. And it really is cool. And it is something special. And it's amazing that we've been together since we were kids. And just the amount of just things we've been through in this life. Triumphs, trials, heartache, pain, all sorts of stuff, man. All sorts of stuff. And it's really cool. So I think I'm going to drive up to South Dakota today. I'm going to drive up to South Dakota this evening and pick up an old stove for the farmhouse that we are renovating. Because, we could do a new stove, but I'm really not impressed. We have a new stove now. It's very, very nice. It was very expensive. Too expensive, in my opinion, because they just don't, even though they're so expensive and they look nice, it's like, yeah, the Rock's teeth look nice, but those are veneers. So I think that's like a lot of this equipment now, a lot of these appliances, they got a very nice veneer, but the inside of them, just trash, man. Not totally with this one, but, there's just certain things where you're like, oh, this piece, this handle isn't even made with this good of material. It's kind of warping and chipping off or this or that. I don't know. There's just a lot of things you're disappointed in that for like a $4,000 appliance, you shouldn't have any issues with. And then we find this stove, which is a GE. It's a really cool, and it works. It works fantastic. The lady sent me pictures and videos. It's a 1950s style. It's really cool. It's got, I don't know, it's just sweet, but it works. It's from the 50s. It's still going strong. I guarantee you. All right. That's 75 years basically, and it looks brand new. Dude, the oven that I have now is not working in 75 years. It has been scrapped. It has been destroyed. The one thing I do love about it, I don't know if I just mentioned this, I was getting there. I feel like I got distracted, the air fryer. I love how it's also an air fryer. I love frying things with hot air. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I got a friend, he cooks everything in an air fryer, basically travels with them. You will find him at lunchtime, and what is he doing? He is popping something in the air fryer. It's just part of who he is now. And, so we're going to get that. That's what she really wants, and I'm excited that this stove is only going to cost $400. It's simpler stuff, man. If it does the job, that's just what I'm going to do. We don't even use a microwave. Done with microwaves. If I want something heated up, I throw it in the oven, I put it on the stove. I got to wait like 5 more minutes to heat something up, and I'm not just molesting it with radiation. And everything sucks and tastes bad in a microwave. It makes it, chewy, rubbery. It just does weird things. You don't need one. I'm living proof. I haven't used one in about a year. Why? Because my very expensive microwave that is in a set with this oven broke. And maybe that's why I'm just buying old appliances now. Like, screw you. You spend that much, it should work forever. You can get one of those giant microwaves that weigh like 20 pounds from the 70s or 80s. Yeah, they're hideous, and yeah, they're bulky and big, but dude, they will never quit on you. They will never disappoint you. They will be there like the dad that you never had. All right, so there's a lot going on across the world. I want to go down a grand conspiratorial ride right now. Got a few things I want to touch on. We got the dark MAGA and tech titans. Elon versus the Republic. You know what's disturbing to me? MAGA. Okay, the word MAGA. You can look this up. You can verify it yourself. MAGA is actually and I don't know I don't know if they call it a tier or top level. What do they call it, like in the Illuminati? You know, you have like the 33rd degree. Okay, so yeah, it would be probably the 5th degree. And I think it's the 5th. And I'm going to verify it because I want it to be accurate. Yeah, it's the 5th degree. It is the 5th degree. Okay, so we're going to do this. So when you enter into the Church of Satan, you have a registered member, so there are no degrees. And then you become an active member, a Satanist, 1st degree. Then you become a witch or a warlock, 2nd degree. And then you become a priestess or priest, 3rd degree. And then you become a magistra or magister, that's 4th degree. And then the 5th degree is MAGA and magus. So MAGA is the 5th degree of Satanism. And everybody, so many people are running around with hats that say MAGA on them. I don't know. That's disturbing to me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And now we have dark MAGA. Remember when Elon Musk was like, I'm dark MAGA? So, I mean, what, is he like the bad witch? Because these people believe in good and bad witches. So is he the naughty witch? And so the dark MAGA theory suggests that Musk, Thiel, and this dude, Thiel, Peter Thiel, I haven't really I've heard about him, but I haven't really read about him or just like look into what this guy is about. I know people are freaking out about his company, Palantir, and but I'm more concerned with this dude is giving like a 5-point talk on the Antichrist that you can't get the talks anywhere unless you go see him live. But it's like, why is a billionaire who is a homosexual giving talks about the Antichrist and calling himself a Christian? Well, granted, there's a lot of people that are running around saying that they are Christians, but this is a whole nother thing. But the Bible's very clear on, you know, how one must live if they're going to be in the faith or out of the faith. But I'm going to be, if that guy's saying that he is a Christian, I watched one of his talks. He said that like transgenderism isn't taking it far enough, that we need to do transhumanism. Like we got to change hearts, organs, minds, bodies, like all sorts of stuff. And he said that's what Christianity's about. That's what being a good Christian is. So there is something sinister about this man. And so, the dark MAGA theory says that Musk, Thiel, and some Silicon Valley overlords are planning to morph America into an enterprise run by a CEO. I would go ahead and say that that's basically what it appears that we are and have been, but maybe they just want to make it transparent. So, yeah, no president, which, I mean, that's why we elected Donald Trump. He's like a CEO. I mean, he was a business guy. Everybody was really excited about it. So I'd say that that's already happened. But apparently J.D. Vance was allegedly groomed as their sleeper candidate. And I guess if it's played right, Musk might become the real maker, or maybe even king. Maybe even king. So I want you to picture a world where Elon Musk is king of the United States, and then I want you to cry because there's something seriously wrong with that dude. Have you seen, like, you can look up, maybe it was, I don't know, you could just do like Elon Musk wears Satan costume. Like he went to a Halloween party a few years ago and he was in a $9,000 Baphomet devil costume with like an upside down pentagram on it, and it's just insane, dude. That does not make me comforted by his position and status in this world. And then we got false flags, the default narrative now. If anything weird happens, the first reaction is false flag. Earthquake, shootings, power outage, they're all plotted distractions. The term's used 1,100% more often online than a few years ago. So when trust in media is shot, everything becomes entertainment or evidence of a plot. And I would like to say that too. Like, everything is like, this is a false flag. You see that all the time, dude. You can't even open up, the dark MAGA's X without just seeing this crap all the time. It's like, no, dude, things can just happen naturally. Like, everything isn't orchestrated and planned and rolled out. Like, just things naturally do occur. They always have since the beginning of civilization, since the beginning of the creation of man. And, so there is a rumor. The rumor mill says that WHO's new health treaty will rob us of national sovereignty and let the UN send troops to your doorsteps. I think Alex Jones has been saying that forever. The UN is coming, troops are coming to your doorsteps. Fact checkers tossed that junk. They said that the agreement does not authorize lockdowns or digital IDs, but still people say those are all lies. Yeah, I don't know if you know who Alex Jones is or if you watch him, but I did see a clip of him on X having the most extreme meltdown I've ever seen in my entire life. And at one point, he's like, I got the Holy Spirit coming inside me. And he's making those noises, and his eyes are rolling back in his head. It's like, dude, that is not what happens when you receive the Holy Spirit. You don't gargle like Emily Rose. All right, and have your eyes roll back into your head, you absolute lunatic. Absolute maniac. Oh, yeah, the Holy Spirit. Psycho. So unhinged, but it makes for great entertainment, dude. It's so outrageous that a lot of times it's just funny, but at what cost, some would say. At what cost? All right, this is the Austin Anderson Show. Tomorrow, I will have one more oven. I already have one at my house, one on the porch of the farm, and picking up another one. So soon I will have 3 ovens, and I will have a, church bakery sale. All right, if you haven't subscribed to whatever platform you're listening to this on, and I'll be back tomorrow. Good day.